guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to start a weekly series called the Weekly Wrestling Rundown, where we pretty much talk about everything that happened on Friday Night Smackdown, Monday Night Raw, and any PLEs that might be in between. And this will be posted most of the time on Tuesdays so that we can recap everything that's going on and be prepared for our next shows. So let's start with Friday Night Smackdown. So I want to start off by saying I think we're slowly getting our matches added for SummerSlam. It's a very slow burn though. Like we are getting the bits and pieces, but nothing has come together yet, and we don't have much time. But I feel like we're gonna get there. It's just a very slow build. But I want to start with the women's tag team division because Charlotte and Alexa qualified to go to SummerSlam and face Raquel and Roxanne. And honestly, I wasn't sure how this duo between Charlotte and Alexa was going to work in the beginning, but I love it. I honestly really, really enjoy it. I think it is a great duo. I think they work together. I love the energy that they give, where it's kind of like big sister, little sister, and I talked about that on my video from the last PLE. I think they have a very great dynamic, and I'm honestly wanting them to walk out of SummerSlam as tag champions because I think that will not only elevate these tag titles, but it'll give us a little bit of a new blood. I feel like the Judgment Day has held them for so long, really held a lot of belts for so long. And so I think we need some new blood and some new build, and making those tag titles go to SmackDown might be the best way to do that. So I definitely hope that Charlotte and Alexa walk out of SummerSlam with those tag titles. But regardless, I'm really enjoying what they are doing. I am also glad that Damian Priest is getting booked again. For a little while, we didn't see much of him. He had his great match at Backlash, and then it was kind of like he was here and there, but nothing major. So I'm glad that he is back on our screen. I think this feud with Aleister Black is going to be a very good one. And I think it's going to be a match that's added to the SummerSlam card. But I'm also glad to see Carmelo Hayes back on our screen, because if there's one guy in the WWE right now that I would pick to give a push, it would be him. I think he is literally him, pun intended. I think he is a great star. I honestly have loved everything that he's done since he arrived in NXT and killed it there. So I am glad that he got this match with Damian Priest. And I think that he is going to have some kind of factor in this Damian Aleister feud. I honestly feel like we're going to get Damian and Aleister at SummerSlam, and then Carmelo's going to kind of interfere somehow. That way he can get some storylines going, because honestly, he doesn't have anything going, and it's not his fault. It's really kind of the creativity and the creative, but he just has nothing going. So I think that's a great way for him to get something going, get some momentum, so that we can see him more on the screen, because I definitely think he deserves that. And then, of course, we have to talk about Stephanie, because she is that girl. She shows up on SmackDown, on Raw, on everything, and absolutely slays it. I just absolutely love her. I love this little feud she's got going on with Chelsea and the Secret Hervis. I think that's great. I think it's going to set us up for a triple tag team, or 6-woman tag team, whatever you want to call it. I think that's where we're gonna go for SummerSlam, but there's some still options open on who that's going to be. We know that Io and Rhea have kind of helped Stephanie in the past, especially Io. And then we know also that Miss Nikki Bella has helped Stephanie and has had issues with Chelsea Green. So I personally think that it's going to be Chelsea and the Secret Hervis versus Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacure. And I would love to see Brie come back and have a little twin magic. But if Brie cannot come back, I definitely think Io is going to be that next person, because she should be on the SummerSlam card. She's fantastic, and so I think that fits. And I think that's kind of why they have Stephanie still in this storyline with Io, to keep her in the mix. That way they can plug her in there if they need to. And then I have to say, the men's tag team division, I feel like, has gotten better. For a long time, I felt like it was kind of dull. Then the Street Profits won, and it started to build even more. And now I think it's great. I love the addition of Ray Phoenix and Andrade. I think that's a great duo. I honestly thought that Ray Phoenix and Penta were going to join forces again, but I think because Penta got such a strong like response being a singles competitor, they then put Ray Phoenix with Andrade, and I love it. I think they're doing great work, and I honestly think that if they continue on this path, they could hold those tag titles. I think for SummerSlam, we're gonna ultimately get all of these guys in the ring at the same time, whether it be a ladder match or last tag team standing. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I feel like we're gonna get all of these guys. They're all gonna get that shot and that opportunity again. I definitely don't think it's going to be one tag team versus the other. There's going to be multiple going on. But I think that the men's tag team is the most improved. I'm going to give it the most improved award because I think that what they have done with it and what they've built has been very, very good. And it's made me interested in this again. And now we just need to have Raw do the same thing. Because let's be honest, as much as I love the Judgment Day and what they've got going on, those tag titles are kind of lame. So hopefully they can take some notes. Finn and JD can defend those titles and we can get a little more action going on. And then we have to talk about Cody Rhodes is a savage. He is a savage. He is not letting up on John Cena. He made him sign that damn contract. And honestly, we're in for a very good part two of Cody and John at SummerSlam. And at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I feel like, honestly, Cody is on another level and he might turn out to be the bad guy. Like, I'm getting this, like, another level heel bad guy energy from Cody lately, and I just think that that might be the route that they're going. And I could be surprised, of course, and maybe not. But he just feels different. He doesn't feel like the same Cody that we've seen over the last few years. So there's a little fire in him that's sparked, and I'm honestly interested to see what happens with John and Cody part two. I think that if Cody does end up winning or does end up turning heel, it's a good way to send John Cena back as a face. Because I honestly think that John Cena is going to finish his career in the WWE as a face so that the fans can cheer for him so that he can connect with them. I don't think they're going to send him out as a heel. So I definitely think that that would be a great way to do it. I'm just interested to see if they actually pull the trigger on that. So that's all of my thoughts on SmackDown. It was an overall good show. Again, like I said, SummerSlam's kind of a slow burn, so we're getting some bits and pieces here and there, but nothing major yet. So let's go over to Raw. So Monday Night Raw last night, Punk and Gunther opened the show, and I'm Team Punk all the way. I don't even need to say that other man's name because I want Punk to win this title to beat Gunther because I think he deserves it. This is his shot and his time, and I think that he deserves it. Plus, if I get Punk as a champion, that means Seth could cash in when he's healthy on Punk, and we could get that feud again, which would be iconic. So definitely Team Punk going into SummerSlam. I don't even need to hear what Gunther has to say, if I'm being 100% honest. Then we had Sheamus and Rusev, which they have produced banger after banger after banger, been so good. But honestly, at this point in time in this series, there needs to be more. I don't know if it needs to be a 2 out of 3 falls. I don't know if it needs to be a steel cage match or a ladder match or a no holds barred last man standing. Don't care. Pick one and do it because this match has been good, but what is the purpose? Like, what is the point? We're having week after week match, and they're very great competitors, but we need more. So my pick would be honestly to put them on the SummerSlam card in the last man standing or a street fight. I think either one of those would be very good, especially with Sheamus in a street fight. But we need something more going on there. We need to just not have this round after round. There has to be some purpose. And then the LWO impressed me last night. We had them qualifying to go against the Judgment Day for the tag titles, and they impressed me. We didn't see much of them, especially when they were kind of in that faction with Rey Mysterio. Because let's be honest, Rey is a star, and he's always going to be seen over anybody else. So now that Rey is hurt and kind of out of action, we've seen a little more LWO, and honestly, I'm very impressed, and I am very intrigued by what they can do. And honestly, they could be holding those championships if they keep going, because they are great and they're young and they'll learn. I mean, they may not be young, I don't know, but they look young. I don't even honestly know their ages. But they can learn and grow and develop, and they also could develop a lot of storylines with people. So I definitely think they are one to watch out for. And then let's be honest, can we send El Grande Americano back to Starbucks? Because I'm not feeling it anymore. I don't know what the purpose is. Like, I don't know what the purpose is. Is the purpose just for him to fight a bunch of luchadors? Because if that's the case, then just put them together. Like, put the luchadors against each other. There's plenty of them. They always cook together, so let's just do that instead of having El Grande Americano. The only thing that I like about El Grande Americano is the fact that Ludwig is back on my TV, because I think he deserves to be back on the TV. He's kind of like Mello for me on Raw. I think he deserves that push. Honestly, he should have been Gunther's opponent a long time ago, but that's whatever. I just don't get the purpose and I don't love it. So pack that up and go on somewhere and just put Ludwig on the screen. And then apparently A Town Down Under is broken up, which is a weird way to do this, because Grayson Waller came up to the New Day and basically said, like, we're done. Theory's hurt. We're done. And this has been one that we've been waiting for, but to do it like this is a little confusing. Like, it's honestly a letdown. And if Theory is actually truly hurt, couldn't you just have, like, faked that Grayson turned on him and hurt him or something? Like, couldn't we have gotten more than just Grayson being like, oh yeah, that guy's old news. What's up now? Like, I don't know. Don't love it. We've waited months and months for this, for Grayson to just be like, yeah, I kicked him to the curb. So hopefully there's more to this, but we shall see. And then I don't get the purpose of Bayley and Lyra tag teaming last night. Honestly, like, I thought when I originally saw it that maybe Bayley was going to turn on Lyra to make this little match with Becky at SummerSlam a little more interesting and add herself to the mix, and maybe that's still what's going to go on. She's going to get added to that card. I don't know, but it did. I don't get it. Like, why? I know that they were supposed to do that at WrestleMania, but since WrestleMania, they've been beefing. They just beat each other's ass for the title. So why are we going to turn around and put them together, especially when you got the Dungeon Dolls in the back who deserve that spot, who deserve that shot? I don't get it. Don't love it. What I am loving is this Dom and AJ feud. I think that they are doing their best work. I love that Dom is hurt and not medically cleared, and AJ keeps popping up everywhere to keep tabs on him. This feud is fantastic. I love it for Dom's title run, and I love it for AJ Styles, and I'm very invested in this. And I cannot wait for that match to actually happen. Um, and then, of course, we had the Roman is back, and he basically told Paul Heyman that he was an asshole and that he was not anybody's wise man anymore. He was just simply a jerk. And I'm loving it. I actually am loving him going against Braun and Bronson, because I think that they both could be big stars, and I love that him and Jay kind of switched up the tag, because everybody was expecting Jay to go back with Jimmy, and I still think at some point in time that's going to happen. But I love that they're switching it up and putting Jimmy with Jacob and then Jay and Roman, because we know the history between Jay and Roman. So I think that that is a great move by them, and it is a great move to put them against Braun and Bronson, who are two big upcoming stars, especially Braun Breaker. Every single week to me, Braun Breaker sticks out. Like, he is a true dog. Like, he is so good. And I honestly, like, I hate that Seth Rollins is hurt, because I love Seth Rollins and everything that he does. But Braun Breaker could come out of this very beneficial because he's getting the spotlight since Seth has been out. And everybody's seeing what he can do, what he's got in the tank. And I think that opens up a lot of doors for him, a lot of storylines, and maybe even a possible feud with Seth in the future because we know factions never last. So I'm really intrigued by this match between Roman and Jay and Braun and Bronson. Say that 5 times fast. I know it's not confirmed, but that's definitely what we're getting. You don't have a double spear to end the show on Monday Night Raw with Roman and Jay, then yeeting to not have this tag match. So I'm super excited for it. I am really excited to see what continues to be put on the SummerSlam match card. We have 2 nights to fill, you guys. 2 nights. We have Saturday and Sunday to fill up. So we've got a lot to do and a lot to go, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to keep talking about it until we get there. But let me know what your thoughts are overall on the SummerSlam build, on the matches that we have, on the matches that should be added, and everything in between. Until then, subscribe to my channel, comment below, interact with me, follow me on all socials, you guys. I appreciate all of the love and the support. I'm going to continue to do this because basically I love it. So, thank you guys.